It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. Hope you guys are doing well this morning. You're going to see this video. I did this the night before, did this Friday night, but you guys are going to see this Saturday morning. As you probably know, I'll be doing a interview live. It's not really an interview, just kind of a kick it with Clif High. Uncle Clif is what I call him. And that'll be at 1 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time. So hope to see you guys on there. Got my boy Fibonacci in the building. He's over chilling, eating his bone right now. He'll probably come over here and mess with me. There it is. It dropped. Hope he doesn't knock over the camera though. How you guys doing this morning though? We're going to talk about Bitcoin and some resistance we're seeing at 8,000. Kind of go over that, look at the market cap overall, and then we're going to get into a topic kind of in the same vein as what I talked about yesterday morning regarding Bitcoin not being a currency and more of a commodity or store of wealth. There's some new developments with Bitcoin and Litecoin doing some cross-chain transactions. So it kind of just is funny because I saw this. I'm like, man, I was just talking about how Litecoin would possibly be. Someone said this on my video yesterday. Bitcoin is the savings account. Litecoin is the checking account. I love that analogy. So we'll take a look at that article. Let's first take a look at the market cap. This is the night before, but we're sitting at 227 billion. That is 227 billion in total market cap for cryptocurrencies and assets. Bitcoin's dominance is roughly 55.9, almost 56%. And as I stated, we've got a slight resistance we're running into at 8,000 with Bitcoin. So let's just take a look at where we are. I said, you know, we got to score a point above this line here, and we did, but we kind of didn't. We didn't close above that line. So I'm seeing some resistance. If I zoom in, we're actually on the next day's candle. So we did not close. We're right here now. We did not close above all-time highs, though we did get past all-time highs. So I'm predicting that we're going to see a pullback, possibly to the that yellow line. I call it a 45-degree line. I think that's where we're going to possibly move back to. And that's only down to 7,000 roughly. So our lows may be 7,000. And if we break that, then, you know, we may test that 68.88 range again. So let's just keep an eye on that, people. But as of now, I do see us having a slight pullback here. Again, my projections, I keep getting tongue-tied when I say projections and predictions. My prediction is that we will see a pullback to that line there. So that's around 7,000 at this point. The longer it waits to get there, the higher that line, that pullback is going to be, in my opinion. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Moving on. So the article that caught my attention, well, first BTC LTC Lightning Network swap completed. Huge potential. So let's just take, it's a very short article, and then I'll kind of give you my two Satoshis on it. It says here, this is out of Cointelegraph, the first ever off-chain atomic swap between Bitcoin and Litecoin has been successfully completed, according to the news sources. The swap is particularly important because it was made off-chain, meaning that ownership of the coins changed hands, but there was no transaction recorded on either blockchain, according to Litecoin founder Charlie Lee. So that's pretty interesting, right? So Charlie Lee goes on to say they quoted him saying previous atomic swaps that have been done were on-chain and had the on-chain limitations of slow transactions and high transaction fees. Off-chain atomic swaps are significantly better. They are instant and have low fees and better protect one's privacy. So the article goes on to say here, this system would allow users willing to connect between chains the opportunity to pass cryptocurrencies without having to wait for the on-chain confirmations, and with far lower fees. This connection would produce incredibly fast transactions for Bitcoin, as well as a simple but elegant solution to the ongoing scaling debate among enthusiasts. The other substantial benefit to such transactions is that they are effectively fully anonymous because they leave no trace on either chain but are complete. They are untraceable in any form. Such privacy is something that is being pursued by ZK options, which is ZK Snark. It's like a zero proof anonymous algorithm. So it says pursued by ZK options on the Ethereum chain. So that, I mean, that's cool. I think that's great. But what the article does fail to kind of talk about is the cons of doing. There are pros to it, but there are also cons to doing off-chain transactions. At some point those off-chain transactions have to be synced, because it essentially it starts to centralize Bitcoin, and really that defeats the whole purpose. Like, if we start to have these off-chain transactions, there has to be, as I stated, a point where those transaction logs are actually synced to the blockchain. And so now you're starting to create these big pockets of centralized nodes for off-chain transactions. So I don't think in the short run, yeah, it sounds all pie in the sky, but I personally think that it doesn't solve the problem. Really, it's just a band-aid, and we need to look at other solutions for that, or look at a whole entirely different cryptocurrency, because there are many out there that will solve or have the infrastructure to actually handle transactions at a much faster pace. So let me know your thoughts about BTC, LTC off-chain Lightning transactions that have just occurred successfully. I would love to know your thoughts on that. This may be a little bit more advanced for some of my subs, but the ones who do understand all of the architecture of blockchain and Bitcoin, let me know what your thoughts are about this. So that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you get your questions in, because we are later today, you're gonna have that we're gonna have that Q&A with Uncle Clif. What would Clif say is the campaign. If you jump into the Webbot chat room, you'll see a pinned message at the top explaining how to submit your questions, and hopefully your question gets brought up during the show. So that's pretty much it, people. It's your boy Crypto Blood. I'm out. Holla. Respect my